Hello friends, and welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Today, my gosh y'all, we have got some fantastic news specials for you. Whether you are online, we have got some select perennials. You are going to love these. Fantastic ones that I have in my garden. You're going to want them to have in your garden. Also, we have got the best perennial sale at the garden center we ever have. So come see us to get these great perennials. Also, it may be August, it's warm, but if we plant these beautiful summer annuals, they will take us into fall and give us those fall vibes that brings on the cooler temperatures. Unique stone, it just arrived, so we have got some new unique stone that we are going to share with you. And then, of course, perennial hibiscuses, they are still on sale, but they are going fast. You need to get here and come see us. Hello, friends. It is so good to see you again. All right, let's talk about this. We have got some fantastic 3 great perennials online. Remember, these are the specials that are online that are 50% off. You do not need a code. You can go ahead and go over to the website and add these to your cart, already 50% off. 3 great perennials that I have in my garden that I adore. All right, first of all, we have got a perennial geranium. Y'all, look at those flowers. This is an industry standard classic perennial geranium. This is Roseanne, a hardy geranium. It is a perennial in zones 5 to 8. If you are looking for a ground cover that flowers, then Roseanne is your plant. It has those beautiful, dark lavender flowers, I suppose that you would call this. This is going to get to be about 24 to 36 inches wide. If she is happy, she is a beautiful beast, and I mean that in the most positive way possible. You're going to see these blooms start to happen in late spring and just kind of periodically go through. Now, great thing about Roseanne is she's very hardy. I have had her for years in my garden, and if she gets to be a little wild, you're probably going to have to give her a haircut midway through, but that just means then you get these beautiful flush of flowers again. Like I said, a ground cover. We had a customer buy these to go on the side of a wall to spill over. So, hardy geranium, Roseanne, 50% off. If you have followed me for any length of time, you know that this is one of my favorite grasses. This is the Everillo sedge, a carex. Now, this is in a quart. All of our perennials are in quarts. It is ready to get out of this quart. It has got a beautiful root system. The great thing about Everillo is that it is a chartreuse color. It's evergreen. That's right. Even in the winter, it keeps this color, and it's primarily for the shade. It is hardy in zones 6 to 9. If you're in a zone 6, 7A, you probably can do the full sun. If you're in like a 7B to 9, because it is hardy in zones 6 to 9, you're going to want to give it morning sun, afternoon shade, right? So just that hot afternoon sun, you want to protect it from. We have just recently moved these in from the outside. So if you notice a little bit of burn on the tips, y'all, don't freak out. The plant is fine. It is not a disease. Look at all this beautiful new chartreuse color down there in the middle. This is what's going to happen if it gets too much hot sun. This is why we moved it into the greenhouse. It is a relatively fast grower, has a low kind of a cascading habit. Great for containers, great for the landscape. Of course, the more moisture you give it, the bigger it grows. But the Everillo is a fantastic, love this grass. For us, it's more of those shade gardens. Great, great plant. And then certainly not last, we have got Amsonia hubrichtii. So Amsonia hubrichtii is a native Amsonia. This is also known as like that blue star. This is what I have in our garden down both at the terrace garden and kind of near the garden shed. This is a native Amsonia that is hardy in zones 5 to 9. It'll get some height to it, like 3 to 4 feet tall. You've seen mine, right? So in the spring, it does these clusters of true blue flowers, and they're star-shaped. The flowers are small, but they come in massive clusters, and it looks like the plant is just glowing. So for the rest of the season, you get this great, like, fine foliage. You've seen me. If mine get too tall, I like to go ahead and give it a haircut, right? We call it the Chelsea chop. Just give it a great haircut, gets nice and tight. And then in the fall, the foliage turns the most classic fall colors you've ever seen. It is stunning. So this one, I think I said hardy zones 5 to 9. I mean, this is a fantastic plant. Relatively fast grower on this one as well. So all three of these, the Amsonia, the Geranium, and the Carex are on sale 50% off online, no code needed. Remember, these sales every week, they rotate through, because I've had people like, oh, well, when was, I'm looking for whatever was on sale. And I'm like, sweetie, that was 2 weeks ago. We've moved on to something else. So don't delay, move with purpose, because we have limited amounts of these guys here at the nursery. So we are going to head down to the nursery in just a minute. But before, I want to share with you, come over here. If you will remember, I don't know, maybe 6 weeks ago, 4 to 6 weeks ago, we took some of our summer annuals. They were grande size, and we moved them up to these like premium gallon containers. Y'all, these are great. This is, of course, the salvia, the unplugged pink. I am so ready for fall. I'm tired of sweating, and I'm kind of the mindset, maybe I'm kidding myself, I don't know. But if I start to plan for fall, like if I plant for fall and I think fall thoughts, that the cooler temperatures are gonna come faster. So if you have tired containers like I did through the summer and you want to refresh them, but you want them to go into the fall, then these are gonna be great options for you. I am using these all throughout my garden. So we've got salvias, like I said, the unplugged pink, the unplugged white. We've got the new unplugged red. Your hummingbirds are going to love you, because I've noticed people talking about this. We certainly have noticed at our house, the Vermillionaire. The hummingbirds are getting ready for their migration. Here in North Carolina, they kind of leave around October. So they are at a feeding frenzy right now. They are gobbling up everything to get those fat storages built up for their migration. We need to feed the hummingbirds, and they love these plants. So not only are you going to get beautiful, y'all, this Vermillionaire was a grande. We moved it up, we did trim it back, and look how nice and beautiful and lush it is. So, and of course with that orange, it will go through. We've got the Superbenas, the Plum Dandy, I just did that. Lantanas, y'all, literally right before we came up here, I had a monarch on my lantanas. So again, support those pollinators, those critters. And speaking of, oh, there's a hummingbird. I don't know if Jerry can pan over to the salvias. Speaking of, look at her. We don't want to scare her, but there is a hummingbird on the salvias. She loves those plants. So hummingbirds, good timing, sweetie, good job. We got the coleus, like you've got Wicked Witch. Wicked Hot. So I planted Wicked Hot in my urns by the driveway. All these coleuses give those fall vibes that are going to go through. They can handle the heat and humidity, because it's not time for kales and mustards and pansies. The grasses, you've got grasses here. Cleome, look at this beautiful Cleome. Oh my gosh. Senorita Blanca, a gorgeous one. It's going to stay more petite for you, because it's not going to get its full potential just because of the growing season that we have left. So don't neglect these summer annuals for your fall foliage. My people online, we do still have some select, a very small amount of annuals that are left. Specifically, we've got tons of coleus, not tons of coleus, but the vast majority of what we have is coleus. And this is going to be great, again, for you as well. Go ahead and get these ordered, and you can take them through for your fall foliage. We have been trimming them, so you can see, like, we have got Wicked Hot. This is the Color Blaze Cherry Drop. These are the trailers. So we have just pruned it a little bit. Don't worry about it. They will flush out. And then, of course, look at the Mini Me Watermelon. Great fall color on those guys. We'll just transition to the fall beautifully. And then El Brighto, we have got El Brighto for you as well. So, especially my people in the warmer zones, we're gonna will the cooler temperatures to come by planting these summer annuals that give us fall vibes. All right, now let's head up and look at the unique stone that came. So just this week, we got a delivery from Unique Stone. Now, primarily, I would say 99.9% of this stuff is for online. We still have a great selection of Unique Stone pieces at the garden center, and so we needed to restock the online, so that is what we have. So if you have been kind of eyeballing some pieces, one, if you had signed up for emails, you should get a notification that those are back in stock. But let's take a look at those. So first of all, one of the biggest sellers from Unique Stone are these sweet shroomies. We sell them as a set, and you can see them. So they come with basically a small, medium, and a large. But cutie patooties, these are great in the garden. You can really tuck them in anywhere. Never thought mushrooms could have personalities, but they absolutely do. So the shroomies are back in stock, have all the colors of those. So if you're interested, again, these make great Christmas presents. Don't, stop and neglect Christmas, because these are going to be, once they're gone, they're gone. We don't have another Unique Stone order placed. So it is what it is. So if you're interested in these, again, move with purpose, because when they're gone, they're gone. Also, Herm the Worm. So Herm the Worm is the cutest thing. It is 3 pieces, and so the idea is that you place it like this in the garden, so that it looks like he is coming in and out of the earth. So Herm the Worm is so funny to hear kids when they come to the garden center. They're like, oh, it's a dragon, or it's this, or it's that. So you've also got these sweet little, I think this is the girl with puppies is what this one's called. So a small statue, very lightweight, easy to ship, and that's why we choose these smaller pieces to ship, because they are smaller and ship really well. 3 different varieties, like small planters. Love these. My mama loves these because you can put succulents in them. You could put anything, like you can put little pansies or violas. Like, just choose what you want to. I know somebody was looking for the rose rim planter, so we have got those. This is called the artichoke planter. We've got that. And then I want to say that's like the geometric, something like that. And then frogs. Again, Unique Stone has great little creatures. So you have got the sassy frog. I love sassy frog. Again, having that personality is just so much fun. I have one on the patio. And then we've got this little guy. I don't remember what his name is, but he is a cutie patootie. Again, nice and small. Tuck those in your garden. The turtles, the owls, the snails. I do not have a snail, but look how cute that is. Cute little snail. This is the only kind of snail that I want to have in my garden. So really sweet and cute. The sea turtles, and then the bunnies. So we have got them for you. If you're interested, again, move with purpose. We did have some custom orders, so if you had a custom order, just know that we will be in contact with you if we have not already been, and so they are here ready for you to pick up. All right, now we're gonna head to the garden center and look at those great perennials. Fantastic sale. We only do this once a year. Come on. All right, my friends, after the period of 2 weeks of rain, the sun has finally come out and the hibiscuses have started to bloom again. And so this is Berry Awesome. I mean, you can see where Berry Awesome gets its name. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Nice kind of that pinky mauve, that dark eye. Gorgeous. Remember, perennial hibiscus, they are perennials. So these will last from year to year to year. They are extremely cold hardy, especially where we live. You're not going to lose one in the winter due to cold. They love damp conditions. They love the sun. They are completely herbaceous, meaning that in the winter they're going to die completely to the ground. Everything that you see is a brand new growth from this year. They are buy one, get one free. These are in 3 gallons. So you've got Berry Awesome. You've got one of my all-time favorites. This is Edge of Night. Near black foliage with that beautiful pink flower. They overlap. Look at those petals overlapping one another. Has an iridescent look to it. We've got Lilac Crush. I mean, y'all have been gobbling them up. We had tons of them up there on the shrub lot. They're practically gone. So if you want them, it is a great time. This is a plant that you can absolutely add to your garden right now. I added some summerifics to the garden in the heat of July, and man, they are thriving. So come get those. It is that time to be thinking about these projects. Hence, remember, we are in the middle of doing a massive redesign of our front yard. Here in just a little bit, we're gonna go and pick up some plants. This is the time to be planning and collecting your plants for those fall landscape renovations. So when you have options like these and other plants that are on sale, grab them. Do you have to plant them right away? No, they are perfectly fine sitting in this container, but y'all, you have to water them. You can't leave them in a container and not water them. They'll die. Plants need water, especially when they're in a container. To make it easier, put a saucer underneath them, water them once a day. They will last until you are ready to add them to your garden. We have a couple of these left. I want you to think about this, y'all. So these are the camellias from Proven Winners. This is the Just Chill Red Tip. This is a fall blooming camellia. Y'all, I don't know if you can see this, if Jerry can zoom in. Do you see what that is right here? Those are buds, those are flower buds. You're going to get flowers on these camellias this year. And they're called Just Chill Red Tip because they're some of the coldest camellias that they have on the market. For us here, it's not that big of a deal, right? We love camellias here in the South. It's called Red Tip because that new growth has the deep, deep red color to it. They're going to bloom, they are going to be beautiful. So lots of options for you as we come through. Now, those of you that come to the garden center, we have got a special for you as well. We only do this once a year, and it starts right now. All perennials that are in a 1 gallon container, which is like 99.9999% of our perennials, they are 50% off. That's right, my friends. So all perennials, 50% off. So if you want these absolutely stunning Veronicas that are super thick and gorgeous, this is, I think, the Pink Potion. Yep, there we go. We've got Pink Potion. We've got Ever After. Y'all, if you do not come by these anemones, there is something wrong with you. Look, they're starting to bloom right now. This is the Fall in Love So Sweetly. This is an anemone. They bloom this time of year, late summer into fall. Japanese anemones sometimes can be a bully in the garden because they spread like crazy. Fall in Love So Sweetly will spread, but is very, very controlled. It is not going to overtake your garden. And it is unique because it has those double pink flowers. Tons of foliage on this. Love this. 50% off. Your dianthus, 50% off. Your monardas, massive attractor for your pollinators, 50% off. All your echinacea, your nymphophilus, your grasses, like literally, y'all, every single perennial, 50% off. Right behind Jerry is some gorgeous, stunning. Look at this. Look at these desert plains. This, my friends, who does not want this in your garden? I would love to have this right now in my garden. Desert Plains is going to be more of a petite one. It does these sweet, look at these creamy little fuzzy heads. Aren't they great? Lovely. Perennial grasses add movement and texture to your garden. These are going to be for the sun. So they do love the warm sun. This is hardy in zones 5 to 9. And this is a penstemon. There you go. Penstemon grass. Got those. If you want, Pennisetum? Penstemon? I don't know. Whatever. You know what it is. Pronunciation, police. Yeah. It's a beautiful grass. You've got the phloxes. This is the luminary. This is the pink lightning, which I think is what we have in the signature garden. That is absolutely gorgeous right now. Come in here. Oh, sedums. Look at the sedums. So you've got, this is the back end black. The back end blacks, all sedums. Like, look at this. Massive. Who's got a sunny area that is neglected, drought, dry, hates the fertilizer? There you go. You need the sedums in your garden. Also, these are the other grasses. So we have got, these are the panicums. There we go. I know that. The panicums. You've got Niagara Falls. You've got, this is more of the desert plains over here. Gorgeous, lovely grasses, all 50% off. You've got Cheyenne Sky down here. More sedums. You've got the Heliopsis. You have got the drops of Jupiter. Lovely. In where we are here, this is what you're going to keep even in the winter. You're going to have that low green mound. Now, you can see that it has finished blooming. It's at the end. What I do is I come along and cut that off, right? So after it's finished blooming, you come in, give it a little haircut. It rejuvenates. You might get another flush, but your pollinators love this. Look at the Cheyenne Sky. Cheyenne Sky is going to be one of the shorter perennial grasses, 3 feet tall, starting to put on its plumes, takes on those red hues in the fall, a gorgeous perennial. So more of the Niagara Falls here. Let's come out here and look at these perennials. We have got Agasaki, whether you like the classic, this is an industry standard, this is Blue Fortune. Your Agasaki loves, again, hot, dry conditions, lots of sun. Your pollinators love it. They go crazy over this. We have got the Stokes asters. Y'all, this is brand new this year. You have got the Riptide and the white caps. So Riptide is going to be the blue one. They call it blue. It's a little bit more of a, I don't know, a lavender blue, right? So your Stokes asters are native. Native is the buzzword these days. These are native perennials. Then you've got, let me show you the white. Who are you connected to? Yes. Then you've got the white caps, a beautiful white. These are going to be for your full sun garden. Again, love those drier conditions. A little bit under 2 feet tall, beautiful. Amsonia, we've got String Theory. We have got the, if you're local and you want to do the Roseanne, we've got some Roseanne, I think. We have got also the Perfect Storm. Perfect Storm is another great perennial geranium. It's a deeper color than the Roseanne. So we've got those, euphorbias, daisies, more of the, we got cat's pajamas and the Delospermas. There's so many. Hostas, come get the hostas. If you buy the hostas, then I get to get new hostas, right? So they're 50% off. So you've got hostas. Let's go over to the shade area because we talk about those all the time. This is, again, y'all, I can't preach to you enough. This is a great time. Take advantage of those summer sales, end of the year sales, season sales at your garden center. If you want to plant them, great. If you want to hold on to it a little bit, hold on to them for a little bit. Look at these eucharas, or is this a tiarella? Let's see who this is. I don't know who it is, but it's gorgeous. Oh, this is Copper King. Yes, this is the eucharella. We've talked about eucharas. This is going to transition as the cooler temperatures come. It's going to turn a gorgeous copper color, hence its name, Copper King. This is a beautiful specimen of a plant. 50% off, people. Like, I don't want to hear people complaining about the cost of plants. They're 50% off. You have got, look at this. You have got the Athazia. This is the spider's web, a beautiful evergreen perennial for the shade. This will get a good size to it. You've got variegation. Look at the Pulmonaria. We have spot on, beautiful, healthy plants, 50% off. As a general rule, because people will ask, like, well, how much do your, your perennials cost? They're like roughly in that.
Yeah, they're gonna be $10.
So they're gonna be $10, all right? So the 50% off, they're gonna be $10. Look at the Sun Kings, the Aurelia Sun Kings. Y'all, look at that. This is one of my all-time favorites. You know, I had this over at the house and we did it in the new bed. These are phenomenal. Look at this. This is going to be completely deciduous, so in the wintertime, it's going to die completely to the ground. It's okay. It will come back in the spring with a vengeance and do great. All of your ferns. So we have got Godzilla. We've got the Japanese painted. We have got, this is the ostrich fern. I can tell you right now, look at these beautiful ostrich ferns. Gorgeous. That's what we have back there behind the fire pit. They are fantastic. You have got crested surf. That one from Proven Winners. Y'all, all this rain we have had, they are going nuts. They love it. And then look at Brilliance. Oh, this is that autumn fern. It is an evergreen. It does great here. It will have that color and structure year round. It is a beautiful one. If y'all don't buy them, I'm gonna be collecting them. We have more. Look at this. Oh, this is the Peachberry Ice, that Euchara from Proven Winners. There you go on that. And then let's head up here to some more of the gallon perennials. Of course, we've got hostas. We're gonna hit those in a minute. We have got, these are another Pulmonaria. This is the Raspberry Splash. Look at this. So as I say, if you find a plant that does well in your garden and lean into it, right? So my mama, she has that dry shade. Pulmonaria does great for her. So she's got so many different kinds of pulmonaria, and she has got tons of different varieties of aspidistra. Aspidistra is that classic southern evergreen perennial cast iron plant. This is Tiny Tank, I believe. Yep, Tiny Tank, one of the most petite ones. Another great evergreen perennial for your dry shade garden. So we've got those. We've got the big guys. These are just the traditional cast iron plants. So they are here as well. Gonna be a little bit taller, solid green leaves on those. We've got more eucharis. This is the dressed up ball gown. We have got, getting all my names right. Oh, the shadow tag, look at that. Beautiful, gorgeous specimens of the plants. Of course, the hostas. This is the Gigantosaurus. It gets a little big, hence its name. And then coming on up here, we've got a bunch of hostas here. So whether you like the ones that are small and petite with those little small leaves on them, we have got those. If you want color, the bigger, of course they flower, they're gorgeous. The ones that's flowering right now is the Island Breeze. Look at this. You want to talk about a gorgeous pop of color in your shade garden? Love these so much. And then we don't advertise this a ton, but come over here as I dodge through the spider webs. So back here in the back, this is kind of our growing zone for the shade perennials. You can shop this. There's only one section that we don't want you to shop, and that's Jenny's stash. So we're gonna leave that alone, but we have got tons of other plants in here that we are growing, and then we pull from this and put it into the stock. So come out, you get all those perennials 50% off. Y'all take advantage of this. You know, this is a great time to get those beautiful perennials for your garden, whether it's a sun garden, a shade garden, or a little bit of both. We have got it for you. But again, just cannot preach to you enough. If you were in this region, and when I say region, I mean anywhere in the south, from like zones 7 and above, right? 7 and warmer. Fall is the perfect time to plant. Let's get these babies in the ground, get their roots established before next summer's heat hits, and they will do great. I have the most success with my plants that overwinter in the ground as opposed to planting in June, July. It's hot, right? So come take advantage of this. I think that's it. All right. If you have found this fun and informative, we'd love it if you would like and subscribe. As always, y'all have an amazing day, and we will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.